Listen, if you're looking for something to do, I have a great idea for you, and I want to welcome our next guest to the show, Andre Knevel. Hi, Andre. How are you?
Good morning. This is Andre Knevel. Yes. Good morning.
It's good to have you here. You are a world-renowned pipe organist, and you'll be performing a benefit concert and reception supporting St. Matthew's House Friday, February 27th at the Naples United Church of Christ from 5:30 to 8:30. And I'm happy to have you with us on the show. Tell me, first of all, what type of, are you going to be doing traditional classical organ music, or are you going to throw in some pop tunes, or what are you going to do?
Well, it is a mix of everything. First of all, it's classical, but not heavy-duty music. Like some people have the idea that organ music is heavy and hard to listen to, and all that kind of stuff. So it is easy listening music, but it is classical.
So we're going to get fugue and toccata, for example.
Yeah, for example, there's a toccata in there. Good, thank you.
Well, I love that. I was very lucky as a young man to learn to play on a 5-manual Chance pipe organ in Flint, Michigan,
wow.
and I'll tell you what, there is nothing like opening up that box of whistles for the full effect of everything. I mean, they had a couple of 64-foot pipes in there and the whole 9 yards. But back to you. Mozart has called the pipe organ the king of instruments.
Yes.
And
yes.
Why will this be such a unique event for people to go to?
I think people in general are not really that familiar with what organ music is all about. Like, they associate it with a little bit of hymn sing in churches and all that. But like, organ music is a wide variety of colors and emotions and all that stuff. And an organ, to me, is like an orchestra. There's all different kinds of instruments on an organ, so that's why you can make different colors on an organ. And I have it quite often that people come up to me and say, oh, I never knew you could play this on an organ. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying this to you.
Well, you have woodwinds and you have brass pipes and you have you have chimes on some organs.
Yes.
Have you ever played this organ at the United Church of Christ before in Naples? Have you ever been here before?
I've never been there before.
Oh,
no.
This will be a great experience. Talk about the coordination involved in playing this instrument, because you're not only using both hands, but you're using both feet at the same time.
Yes. The coordination is just, that's very important, of course. The thing is, like, every organ is an organ, of course, but they're all different kinds of organs. So I always have to get used to, how they play, what the touch is, how the bench is situated, is it too low or too high. So like, if you have a piano, most pianos are all the same, but a pipe organ is different, especially in Europe.
All right,
they're all different.
You can have some where you hit the key and there's a delay before you hear the sound out of the pipe, because the bellows have to open and send the air into the pipe, and that can be, I imagine, that can be a little disorienting at times.
Yes, that is well said. And if that's the case, then the less you listen to your own playing, the better.
Now, you are from the Netherlands, and you wound up immigrating to Canada. How did this all happen?
Well, that happened in 1975. My in-laws came to Holland all the time for holidays because my in-laws knew my parents, before they immigrated. And they immigrated in the early 50s. So they came once in a while to the Netherlands. And at one point, my mother-in-law said, not my mother-in-law yet then, but she said to my mother, why don't you guys come to Canada sometime? And then my mom said, no, well, I'm not going to fly. Forget about it. And then she said to me, why don't you go to Canada with a friend of yours, like the two of you? Well, did she ever regret that? Because I did go, and I met my my wife, Willie, and that was it. And that's where it all started.
And when your wife is asked what you do for a living, what do you tell her?
Well, she knew that already, like she knew that he was some organ geek.
Organ geek. What organ music inspires you the most?
Well, what I do is two things. Of course, I said before, there's a lot of variety in repertoire. What I like to do first is I use my own compositions. Like I sit behind the organ and I start playing and improvise on familiar tunes. That's what I like to do. And then the choice of repertoire is I would choose the French romantic music, like let's say Vidor, like Vierne and César Franck and all these guys. I'm a romantic player. I'm not really a Baroque man, although I do play Bach and Buxtehude and all that. But my heart goes out to the French romantics.
So you're a romantic at heart, is that right, Andre?
My wife is listening here, and she agrees. Because
well, that's because she's a very wise woman to have married you see. Now, what do you know about St. Matthew's House, and how do you get involved with this incredible charity that we are so proud of here in Southwest Florida?
Well, we have friends who live in Canada also, and they go to our church, and they go to Naples every year for 3 months. And he introduced me to the St. Matthew House, what they're all doing. And so he explained that to me, and I was really impressed what you people are doing. It is just awesome, really. And it is not just a little organization, but it's a huge organization. So, I was really impressed by the work you guys are doing.
Well, they are certainly admirable in the many things they do, including the cold weather shelters, the Gamble Lodge, and all the thrift stores and the various other things they do. Yeah. What type of music will we be hearing? Can you be specific about some of the titles that we might hear?
Like I start with an improvisation on Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
Mm-hmm.
Ode to Joy, and I'll improvise on that. So you hear all kinds of stuff, but you recognize the melody. I play a little bit of Bach. I play a little bit of Handel. Handel is, light music. And Handel is the hornpipe and the aria from the modern music. And, what else do I play? I forget my program. I play Adagio from the New World Symphony.
Oh, the Dvorak, yeah.
Yeah, Dvorak. And, what else? I have to, like the toccata from you mentioned toccata, but I'll play the toccata from the Fifth Symphony of Vidor.
Mm-hmm.
A
lot of people use that as a wedding march. It makes a wonderful wedding march.
It is, it is. But this man wrote
I wanted to ask you, when and how did you start taking organ lessons, and what motivated you to play the instrument?
Well, I grew up in a Christian environment, and my mother, she played the pump organ. Where you have to pump with your feet.
I had one in my family, as a matter of fact, a very old pump organ with about 12 stops on it.
Exactly. And, I was intrigued by that, that she was playing and moving her fingers over the keyboard and produced beautiful sounds and hymns and songs she played. So I was intrigued. So, of course, she noticed that, and then I took organ lessons when I was 8 years old. But in the meantime, they took me to organ concerts also, because I find, if you're interested in a certain instrument, you have to be exposed to it. So they took me to an icon in the Netherlands. This man was really popular, and he played on those magnificent pipe organs over there, and I was just like smitten. I thought, how can one person create such an awesome, majestic sound, So I was hooked. That was it. That's how it started.
Well, I'm sure it shows in your playing as well, your passion for the instrument. You've got to have a passion for it, or it isn't the same as just being a mechanic. You know what I mean?
Now, I like that when you say that, because I had a concert a couple of years ago in the Mormon Tabernacle in Utah, Salt Lake City, and there was just an organ concert, but the 4 organists were there, and they made a comment to me I'll never forget. They said, "You play from the heart," and that was very important to me when they said that.
Well, people can hear you play from the heart on February 27th. Ticket prices range from $30 to $75, extremely affordable, and go to a great charity like St. Matthew's House. And you can purchase tickets by going to the website stmatthewshouse.org. And Andre Knevel, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to talk with us this morning. You're delightful, and I look forward to seeing and hearing your great talents on February 27th.
Thank you so very much. It was very much nice talking to you, and I'm really looking forward to the event also.
All right, we'll see you there. Have a great day.